Hey now.
You're a rock star.
Get the game on.
Get.
Go.
What?
Did we all just become best friends? Are we going to do like a Smash Mouth tribute band now?
You want to do karate?
Because I'm in.
You want to do bunk beds?
I think we need some samurai swords, and then we'll get it going.
Remember,
Speak into the mic, you
talking to that
motherfucker.
mic. Talking to that mic like you mean it.
You first-time slut, two-timing bitch. You get on that microphone like you fucking love it.
What do I gotta do for you guys to listen to me here?
Okay,
Jesus.
okay.
What
Keep
are you
it fluffing, bitch.
You know, he bailed on us
Hey,
one time. Remember,
he
we had
did,
that contest
that
or whatever,
fucking
and
cunt.
he's like, "Hey, you won. You come on." He's like, "Okay, I'm coming." He's like, "I'm going."
Yep. You did that to us. Thank you.
So now you have to make up for double this show around, and that we are talking to Alex
Vitro.
Bitro.
Oh, no. I hate you guys.
Alec Bistro. What is it?
Burrito.
Doritos.
Brito. Alex Brito.
There you go.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you to all of our YouTube fans out there, those of you who are still with us, even though each week we are progressively trying to get lower and lower. So hopefully we may not see you next week.
Pump
We
those
are on the
rookie
journey to
numbers
one
down.
sub, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
We're almost at 970. We gotta get to one.
yeah, I
One,
don't,
people.
I don't like this. I want to go backwards. We're trying to get to one. Alex is here to help us get to one.
Let's
Isn't
do
that
it.
right?
Get to 0.
Didn't you? This is a quote from Alex before the show. He looks at me and he says, "Josh," he says, "if there's anyone who can get you to one sub, it's going to be me."
That's not true. I never said
You
that.
didn't say that? I could have swore you said that.
I mean, I was here. How are you gonna just lie to the audience?
Yeah.
We don't do that here. It's
it's kind of messed up.
I don't know what you guys think about sober Eli, but I don't really trust this guy. I think it's a different guy here.
Yeah, sober Eli is I honestly, Scout's honor. I haven't noticed a difference yet.
I think he's
Like
just.
you seem just
I
just
haven't
as
noticed a
on.
difference.
I
Really?
think you're.
Well,
just
what have you
wasted.
noticed?
I think you're wasted.
Oh man, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Like every drunk person or like person who is drinking, you know, like they need their drinking buddy, and like they just like something's off about you, man. You're just not, and you know what it is? Because you're not doing what I'm doing, man.
You know, when we
Peer pressure, bro.
Oh, I thought you meant like cocaine.
when Bitro
no.
when Bitro and I would hang out, Dorito.
Oh, bro.
When
Damn,
Dorito
man,
and I
you're
would-
disrespecting the
When
man.
Dorito and I
bro.
would hang out,
Come
all we did
on,
was
bro.
drink.
You're about to take him on a journey
This is me, man. This is I'm shedding.
You're
I'm
gonna take him on a
butterfly.
journey of why you're like impressed by what he has accomplished, and now here you are belittling the man
Well, I mean,
by mispronouncing his
no,
last name.
his name has
Listen.
always been Bistro Dorito.
It's ball busting, and I
Jesus.
love it. It's all good.
Okay, just
that's
making
what
sure.
I'm all about. I'm thick-skinned. I'm not.
Some people
like
don't
some
understand that.
People, you know.
Remember, talking to that
Oh,
mic.
wait, okay.
All right,
I don't mean to feature.
Some people look really, really thick-skinned, but they don't have any.
Yeah, I'm very vulnerable. All right, I love this.
Not
This is
you.
my
Fair
favorite.
enough.
No, this is my favorite comment and reaction. Do you see it? Alex B with a big old heart, and then Eli dot 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 Josh dot 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 thumbs up. Hey.
Oh, what's up?
You know what it is? I think my memes.
Your
precede me.
memes are sour.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
Wait,
fuego.
like, what do you mean
sour?
sour?
Like not
No,
good.
no, no.
Like sour
Listen,
milk?
Yeah.
Alex has made some memes that I think sour. I don't think is the right word. I
No,
think
I chose a random one.
unifying is the word, because there have been times when there's been such contention on Stuck in the Middle Voice of the People page, where then all of a sudden Alex Bistro.
He's like et tu, Josh? Eh?
I'm not gonna say anything anymore.
He lays out. I wish you'd never told me that it got to you. He he lays out this like perfect shirt that has like a quote from like, you know,
Oh yeah.
any one of our dear friends on Voice of the People.
Nah,
so
nah, look, the
you're
reason-
good at it.
I just do that because it's dumb shit. You know, it's the same thing with you know what makes memes so powerful is that they're so dumb that everyone universally understands it, and it brings everyone together just for a moment.
Is that why you're here? Are you our meme?
You're telling me there's like some like psychology behind this. Like now I'm kind of not liking your posts.
I mean,
if
yeah,
you're
like,
like if it's that deep.
When you think about
Fuck.
it, at the end of the day, I never talk shit about anyone on the page. If I tease anyone or give anyone a hard time, I'm literally just busting their balls, and I think everyone gets that feeling for the most part.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's about, hey, you know, let's talk about it as friends and let's bust each other's balls. I'm not trying to do it to be buddy, because at the end of the day, I will talk shit. You see me talk my shit, but it's not like I'm not, personally targeting you. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I know Eli's got his faults. He knows I got my faults, and we're both gonna talk shit.
Say that again.
But that's okay, because at the end of the day, I know he's a good person at heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And vice versa. We're not gonna go and fucking spit and kick a homeless dude in the balls just for shits. You know what I mean?
You like saying balls. But
I think this is the third time I said balls.
I don't know. You say busting balls.
But
And,
listen,
I don't know.
because
I don't know what's going on.
like you know why he likes saying balls, Eli? It's because it takes balls to do what
There you go.
He
I got
did.
The
Hey, the Segway guy.
Yeah.
So you did something that made me really proud of you. That's the whole reason you're here, actually. It's not because I like you particularly or because I consider you to be friendo mine or
he
anything.
actually hates you. He talks a lot of shit about you.
I secretly, talk about a murder strategy per se. But no, you did the jump from the great 9 to 5, like 20 years. You did the great retail, which I've been trapped in. I feel like my job has become my fucking life, and the little minuscule moments I have of my life are fleeting. But you did the jump. You left. You did your 2 weeks not that long ago, and you're on your way. Fuck on your way. You have a fucking business that's opening, son.
Dude, it's
During the Great Resignation, mind you, when employers are trying to hold on to people like fucking sand sifting through the fucking hands. All right, this is the Great Resignation, and you have opened up shop.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a long story. I'm not gonna do like.
Well, tell me, when was the seed planted? When did you make your mind up throughout? Because I know how 9 to 5 can just be soul crushing.
It is. What I did was I was working full time retail. As you know, I don't really talk about my job because I don't
Hey,
like.
no need. It's okay.
But I worked at a retail store. I was selling baby shit, kid shit, and I wasn't.
You were in
into
human
it.
trafficking.
No,
I hear that's hot this month.
And why were you selling their feces?
I'll
I don't
just
understand
explain what it
that.
is. I was a manager at
gross.
Carter's in Oshkosh, which was selling baby
Bagash?
clothes. Bagash, yeah.
Oshkosh Bagash?
I was there for 6 years. And
Rumor has it I was named after that, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I totally
It's
believe
true.
that. But before that, I worked Victoria's Secret for a couple years. I worked.
Oh, like that old fucking faggot friend of mine, Vlad.
Whoa!
Just in case.
With
Yo,
the
yo, you
F
Wants to be a
word.
fucking cop that does coke and fucking has sex with the fucking drunk chick in the neighborhood, and he fucking gets her drunk, and her parents like, no, please don't feed her alcohol, and he does it, and I filmed myself choking him in front of his house, and I posted it on Stuck in the Middle way back in the day. Moving on, Alex, how are you doing today?
We need some type of parental advisory for you when you go on.
Just so you know, I know Vlad, and he's never done me wrong. So that's the best I
Fuck
can say.
that motherfucker,
All
bro.
right,
Oh, man.
See,
Yo,
it's not
he's-
coming from me.
He's dead. He's fucking dead, bro.
Okay, cool. But you know what?
He's dead.
I'm gonna have
We
to
were
make-
best friends. We were best friends
I'm
for a while.
gonna have to make a meme to
Do you
settle
see
this
these
up here.
eyes?
No,
He's
no, no.
dead.
He knows not to run into me. He started going to the gun range with his mom after I choked him.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Remember we played that video?
Yeah, we did.
Of not him being choked?
No, it was him. Oh yeah. No, we would never do
Oh,
that. That was
yeah.
so silly.
No, it was good because you knocked on the door, and as soon as not him answered, the phone went down to the ground, and you just heard
Yeah.
of the sounds of
Do you remember the first words that came out of my mouth when the not him answered the door? I said, "This is evidence that I'm not armed," and then I fucking threw the phone down.
Anywho,
The good old days, Vladislav. I miss you, brother.
going away from Vlad.
Uh-huh.
I did the retail shtick for about 20 years, and in between on my days off, typically, obviously, it wasn't ever weekends. It was always like on a Monday or a Thursday or whatever. I would thrift hunt, and I got really good at finding shit.
Wait. Did you just have a stroke? A third hunt?
No, thrift hunt. I would
Oh,
thrift hunt.
thrift hunt. Enunciate. You
Yeah, yeah.
Spanish fucking wop.
Are you making fun of his accent?
I'm
Yeah,
Colombian. It's okay. I'm
No, you're not. You're not.
I'm
It's
sober,
not
motherfucker.
okay.
I got a lot of
Listen,
energy.
Listen, it's all good. If you don't get it, just let me know. Say it in the chat.
All right, you're beautiful. You're beautiful,
En el
baby boy.
chat. En el chat.
El Chato.
En
Ah.
el chato. But,
El Chapo.
But yeah, so I would thrift hunt. I would find really cool shit, and I would sell it. So I did that part-time. I did a whole Instagram page on it, and long story short, I made money, and one day I made... What's up? What's up?
What? What's a thrift cunt? I'm sorry. You made lots of money.
Thrift hunt.
Oh,
Like
fuck. Got it. Thrift.
Thrifting and hunting.
All right. You made some money.
I made money.
Okay.
Dude,
and
you
then-
keep ripping on his accent. Stop
No,
doing
no,
that.
Sexy
it's-
boy.
it's
You
fine,
said
it's
thrift
fine.
cunt. What's the first thing you
Thrift
said?
hunting. Thrift hunt.
He's
No, he's not. He's not wrong. Sometimes I
Okay.
have that little accent. And
Okay.
it's all good. You can.
well. Don't be a thrift cunt and
He's
talking,
also-
talking to the mic.
He's
Okay.
also a ladies' man. Yeah, no, keep talking
Nah,
to the mic.
listen.
Remember-
You guys wanna? You could shoot it to me. It's all good because at the end of the day, I'm buttered, bro. I'm
Actually,
smooth
yeah,
like
you have
butter.
been getting really fucking buttery. You're doing very well.
What does that mean? You're butter.
You're smooth like butter. Like you could shoot shit to me, but it'll slide off.
Yeah, but
like
doesn't it
butter.
like doesn't butter like just like I can throw a penny in it and it sticks in it easily?
No,
Like especially
man.
if it's soft
No, it's-
butter.
It
we're
slides
talking-
off like butter.
So your fridge butter. Your fridge butter. Fridge butter slides right
This guy-
away. If you got room temperature butter. Listen, if you're using-
the show over here, all right, this guy.
If you're utilizing a stick of butter, that stick of butter is out room temperature. I don't know about you guys, but my butter, I have a stick of butter with a little butter jar, and if you use a stick of butter, it's out.
I butter my pocket right now.
All the other sticks sit in the fridge.
no, but
Those butter sticks, yes.
look. Let me give you an
Yes.
example of what he's talking about.
The warm butter, no.
Alex and I are like this
Exactly
butter.
right.
Okay, look. Okay.
Your fridge
Precisely.
butter.
Precisely.
So please continue with your very inspiring.
Listen,
tale.
I just
man.
need explanation sometimes. That's all.
It's all good, Josh. It's fine. It's fine.
Fridge butter.
It's fine.
Okay.
Own this.
So one day, once I started hustling and thrift hunting
Very good.
Mm.
and selling stuff through eBay, Mercari, different other selling platforms, Facebook Market, you name it.
Did you primarily start on eBay? Because to me, that's where the market started, and kind of put it in the consumer's hand to make money.
You know, for the most part, yeah. But at the end of the day, I like selling in person, so I started doing pop-ups with my business partner, and we both ran the Instagram page together. And long story short, we started doing great with pop-ups. One day, I talked to him, and it was my day off, and I was still working the 40 hours a week and 42, 46 hours, you know the deal.
Mhm.
And on my day off, I made $1,000, and I was just like,
I can't even tell you
Dude.
how much that
You
hurts.
jealous, Eli?
Yeah,
listen.
incredibly.
$1,000 in one day, and I talked to my business partner, my best friend, Angel. His name's Angel, and I said, dude, like,
Sounds like a sweetheart.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
I just made $1,000 on my fucking day off. Like, what am I doing working? You know what I mean? And this was on my day off, and in between, I started doing stuff, and it was just buying and selling shit. And when you think about it, you have so much time on your hands, and we're trained to live the American dream, and the American dream is to make it in life. You know what I mean? Like, find that job where you make a certain amount of money, where you could sustain yourself, make yourself happy.
With as little
your
stress
thing.
as possible.
Well, you know, that depends on your definition of
Well,
pursuit
there-
of happiness.
There's a mindset.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
And
So-
your level of what you feel like sacrificing too.
Of course. So, I mean, at the end of the day, at the last job I was making $22 an hour. And for a lot of people,
Brag much?
He
Jesus
doesn't
Christ.
brag.
no, but I'm
What is
I'm
with
trying-
this guy,
look,
dude?
listen, I'm
all
trying to-
night.
look, I'm trying to put a perspective because at the end of the day, I know plenty of friends that make $15, $16 an hour, $14 an hour, and that was shit that I did 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm seeing it now, and I'm like, yo, you know so much more than I did at that time. That why are you valued at that much, and I value myself at this much? It's not right. You know what I mean? Like, Eli, like, if I had the knowledge you had, and I was making what you're making now at my job, I would feel like such a dick because I know you're capable of way more.
Oh, dude, I turned.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for me, I'm just like, yo, like, fuck a job, because this is based on someone's perspective of what they value your time to be worth. And dude, I can't tell you, but like, let's put it this way. Let's say in a month I made 2,200 take home, right? In a month. And I think that's kind of an average of what you and I are kind of thinking of.
Sure, for average,
You know,
for a month. Oh, yeah.
for
okay, yeah.
someone, you know,
For
someone-
layman's terms, sure. Why
correct,
not?
2,200. So this past month, me being out of a job and just flipping shit, I was at 2,100.
Yeah.
Just
Front
$100.
or back?
Just just $100 shy of what I was making, and I was being lazy about it. You know what I mean? Like, I spent so much time doing other shit, like going to the beach, having breakfast with people, you know.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, well, you know, living your goddamn life. But if you had to
Are you
take
good at
100,
flipping?
no, let me tell you something. If
Front
you
or
had to-
back?
if you
That's
had
what
to-
I'm asking.
Yo, if you had to take
Always
$100,
back.
Yeah.
Eli, if you had to take $100 cut for your month to live your life how you want it, and not have to deal with bosses or whatever, would you do it?
Right now with the
Where's
level
that?
of
Who wants to be?
shit,
Who wants to be a millionaire? Music.
I would take a big sacrifice right now to get out of what I'm in, but I have the security I've always wanted.
But let me tell you something. On my last day off, right before I ended up the month at about 2100, I told you my last day off, this Sunday, the past, I made $240 on eBay on two things, and on two things that I bought
$6
via $6 each. So $12 I spent, and I made $240. So I already surpassed my limit. I got to live my life how I want to. While in the meantime, you're here sitting doing overtime.
Yeah, miserable as a motherfucker.
But here's the thing, that's not to say that what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is great. It's merit. You're working your ass off, and I respect it. You're not fucking being a criminal, robbing someone or whatnot. You're doing the right thing in life, making your own way. But how much is your time really worth? That's my question to you, because
you've asked me that a few times.
Yeah, because the American dream's out there. You have to fight for it. I get it, but don't limit yourself to a $15-14 an hour job, because at the end of the day,
I make more than that.
I know. I'm just giving you. I'm giving you an idea. I'm giving to listeners an idea that who's to determine what you can or cannot make.
Wait. You said something very confusing. Listeners?
Yeah, listeners.
Listener.
No.
Looking
That's
to get
not
one.
this accent. I mean, we have people.
No, I'm saying
to the show?
listener. Yeah.
Oh,
We have one per. We're trying to get one.
That's
just one.
the goal. Okay.
Yeah.
So
listener. Sorry.
What's the name? Like, kind of
Good.
plug what you're doing. Okay, real quick before we move on a little.
So yeah, I buy and sell stuff. Anything nostalgic, records,
Retro stuff, big
retro
time.
stuff.
I got a lot of stuff. I still got to show you. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you rush him out of his story? Did he finish the?
He said at the end of the day, fucking be you. And
Yeah, he did rush you out of the story pretty much.
No. I'm saying pretty much we did good. We did good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Making sure.
he said at the end of the day, it's all about being yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah. He said, "Fuck Dr. Seuss" or something.
So
No,
how did-
I did not say that.
how does Eli be himself? Because he looks at you, he's like, "Damn, I want to do that," and he looked at me and he's like, "Dude, I'm quitting my job. I'm just doing Stuck in the Middle for."
Okay.
We're going balls deep. in it.
Remember, that was a viable option. You don't realize how vulnerable I was when I was sending you those messages and calling you, because I could feel that I was getting less happy, but I knew I was also working my way up the echelon. So it was a catch-22. But I was so serious that I was like, Josh, I should just quit this fucking job right now. Put 100% of my efforts and energy into the show. And you're like, I don't know what that's the best idea, bro.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Your
Like,
job.
listen. At the end of the day, you know how people, you get this false sense of
I prefer at the beginning of the day.
no, not even as a kindergartner. You were
word.
told you could do whatever you want as long as you dreamed about it. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Okay, so with that being said, I think it's a possibility, and I think everyone can do it, but you have to learn at being good at something, because it wasn't easy for me to get to where I'm at. Because for me to know that this $6 thing cost $100, I had to know, okay, what is that? What is it that I'm looking at? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to know what niche to find so that people that collect certain things that will spend a certain money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
For
you got to
me,
get into the whole market feel.
I got good at going into everywhere I go and know what things are worth.
It's like what Einstein said, get good scrub.
Yeah, so I can go. Yeah, exactly. So I can go into a pond.
I feel like I played that guy on Call of Duty once.
Yeah, sounds like a screen name, right?
Yeah, get good, GUD.
So I can go to like a pawn shop, or I can go to a Goodwill, or I can go to a Salvation Army, and I could tell you, okay, this is a $15 shirt, and I'm buying it for $4. This is a $2 thing, and I can make $6. I don't know, whatever the case is, there's profit to be made, and if the profit is worth your time, you invest in it and you sell it. That's pretty much what I learned to do. That was my niche. That was my forte. That's how I got to where I got to be.
You have learned to stick out in a very oversaturated market as well, because I think there's a lot of people out there that try to do what you do, but you've also found an executive order of this certain kind of demographic that you want to sell to, that are willing to spend the money that you need to live your best life.
No, absolutely. And you got to find the weird things. You got to find the fun stuff. You got to find the stuff that people are into.
Did you name your plug?
Stuck in the Middle needs to really figure that out.
So
We don't do that here.
Find the fun stuff people are into.
No.
Let's talk about COVID
Hey,
and
plug
fucking
yourself
religion.
And everything that pisses everybody off, bring them all in a room here.
Because it's what we enjoy talking about, god damn it.
Let Plug your shit, son.
Yeah, so
Ew,
my
dude.
Instagram page is at retroitis, RETRO, retroitis, ITIS.
Be sure to give
Check
me
me out.
that before you leave, and I'll
Yeah.
put that in the description
Yes.
of this video. So it'll be there.
Absolutely. Anything you guys want to give to support, that's fine too. I'm not a fan of donations. I like to fight for my money. You know, Eli knows
Heard that, brother.
So,
Heard that.
But anything, you know.
Eli knows
You know,
that too.
in the history of the show, we've never gotten a fucking penny. Yours.
Nope.
Yeah,
Wrong.
yeah,
Wrong.
Am I wrong?
Remember, Ariel, remember when we got the card, she sent us like
gave
20 bucks.
Yeah, and then she took it back.
No, she didn't.
Somebody fucking donated 20 bucks and took it back.
No, that was on Patreon. Somebody got
Oh.
a subscription and then took their subscription back.
All right, so what's going on?
Because guess what? We were like, we barely had like one show a week, and like, let's start a Patreon and let's give them nothing for more. They're like, yeah, it's a great idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea. We should.
You know,
you
what
gotta
guys
value
lack?
yourselves higher than you.
You know what you guys lack? You guys have the skill, but you gotta have that consistency and value yourself more. Because you guys are.
Oh, I know all
'cause
about
look,
that, my
you
friend.
guys are out here. They're talking shit with you. Who spends time out of their day to spend time to talk shit with a couple guys
Who are up to
aren't-
no good?
who aren't
Started making
consistent,
trouble in my
yeah.
neighborhood, dude. Fucking
that money,
Mhm.
we earned the shot, but what can I say? I mean, I'm kind of in a gridlock myself. What the fuck?
Yeah,
He's-
we're living life. Like it's all about the sacrifice. And listen, man, I've had this conversation with Eli many times.
Yeah.
And
Oh, we're not gonna have it's a band thing again, are we?
but like I grew up on that. So I grew up on like that just being part of my day. Like, oh, today is gonna be that day where like I get this much less sleep, or today is gonna be that day where like I don't get to come home and like I grew up like I'm lucky. What I'm saying is I'm lucky enough to have had that for like 20 years of that instilled of that like of for you it's just recently with the podcast. So like I understand there's some give to
Well,
that.
Yeah, and making me
But because it's a team effort, and when one of us, when I'm like, dude, I don't feel like doing it today, it bums you out. When you don't feel like doing it today, it bums me out. So it just goes back and forth. So that's why we're figuring out what works best.
yeah. And if I had a dime for
I blame Alex. I do. I do.
Look, I
Bistro over here is just
Bistro.
what?
You bastard.
He's-
Listen, look, the way I see it is I want everyone here today to leave with the thought of, okay, how much is your time really worth? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you like, if I give you 20 bucks right now with your time of an hour, do you feel like it was well spent?
I wouldn't feel cheap at all. Would you spit in my mouth?
Because no, because you got to live it and you got to do it however
but
you want.
put it in a better perspective though. But okay, so how much is your time worth? So when you're just doing nothing,
yeah.
that's you losing that amount of money.
Yes and no, because
but that's you losing that amount of money. So as opposed to then putting that amount of money towards a project, towards something productive, you put that towards sitting there playing video games, sitting there, each person's probably worth about like $50 an hour, like give or take.
But that's the thing. You shouldn't put a ceiling on that because at the
Of
end
course not.
no,
But that's how,
But you did by saying that.
Well, yeah,
So-
just for
so at the end of the
conversation's
day,
sake, yeah.
If I want to go and watch anime for half an hour, I want to have the right to do it whenever I want to do it. And a job doesn't tell you that. A job tells you, hey, you have to be there at this time. And you know what? You have to make arrangements with certain.
But
friends
like
to do
even when you
things.
work your job, you have to do things at a certain even though just because it's not scheduled doesn't mean you have to do things at it. Like, dude, when I ran a smoke shop, it was my job, but I had to do things and be there at a certain time.
But you ran it at your own time. You made your hours of operations your own.
Right.
So
but
if
those
you-
hours of operation end up being very damn well close to a normal job or more. I was working close to 70 hours a week.
Yeah, but you got to do it on your own merit. You didn't have to do that. Eli has to do
Oh,
that.
no. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
He can find a different job that pays him better.
Oh, well, according to
He
everyone
still
else
holds.
here-
Listen, we all hold a job. We all hold a job at our own merit. We all hold a job at our own free will. No one forces us to have a job. We choose to have a job to get money from that job, but we're not forced to keep a certain job. So no, I disagree completely.
Do you feel forced, Eli?
I do not yet feel that I have the freedom to leave the security that I have finally obtained at this juncture. However, I have just recently been
Yeah, but
handed
you were never
some new
forced to
windows.
pick
There you
that
go.
job.
Thank you.
No,
Josh.
nobody was fucking forced.
No, he did not prove your point whatsoever.
No.
Why?
If
Because
anything,
no one forced him to choose that job.
Yeah, but he's stuck.
That doesn't mean he was forced to
get stuck.
That doesn't mean he was forced to choose that job.
That's still terrible.
So now all he has to do is figure out something else that equates that amount of pay and move from there. So
No,
it's not that terrible. He's not that stuck.
He deserves to get more.
But when you have a set amount of bills, you have to equate something like, okay, at the very minimum, I need this amount of. So you have to value. That's what I'm saying, though.
There's a minimum.
You can't just jump to nothing when you have nothing.
Yeah, no safety net.
Yeah,
you can't. Okay, you're right. I understand your perspective and what you're saying, 100%. But him leaving a job doesn't equate to jumping to nothing.
I do like.
No, of course not, because him leaving a job can equate to him going anywhere
or doing better.
That's not. I'm not that. I'm not arguing his ceiling.
Yeah,
I'm arguing what he needs to make it. So you can't just leave something that doesn't guarantee you anything off rip if you have bills to pay.
So let me ask you.
I know anybody's worth their weight in fucking gold.
You're right. You're right. But
that's the right saying.
So let me ask you your thing. Do you think, I don't want to hear your input. Do you think Eli is worth more than what he's getting paid?
That's a silly question.
Why?
Because I already said at the very least we're worth $50 an hour.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a silly question. Yes.
So yes, you answered yes.
But that doesn't mean we're guaranteed that. What we are worth doesn't mean we are guaranteed that.
But I think what the point you're trying to make is that we can seek it, though.
Yes,
you can seek
but you seek it smartly.
You can seek it. You can attain it.
Of course.
Josh, I'm opening up a store with no money.
I think you're missing my. I'm not saying you can't seek. I'm just saying you need to seek smartly.
I'm saying that there's a lot of people. You're right. You're not wrong.
If I have a job and bills to pay, and if I have a set amount of money to make every month, I can't just go ahead and then seek something new that isn't guaranteed that I'm floating around for 6 months not paying bills.
Granted, you're right. There should be some sort of planning if you do plan on doing something like jumping off. I see your perspective. But, at the end of the day, there's guys like me that just did that. And I don't consider myself.
Yeah, but you got also lucky, too. You found something that pays right away.
Hear me out.
I'm with you. Yes.
You're right. But I feel as though that I don't think that I find myself smarter than half the people in our group just because I can find a way. Now, if I can find a way and I don't think myself to be smarter than half the people in the group, then I think half the people in the group need to step up and do better for themselves. And I'm not saying
it takes smart people to realize that.
It doesn't make me smart, but there's people that are on this group and I love them to death. But they think that things need to be given to them and they need to live a certain lifestyle based on what can be given to them. And I don't believe in that. I think you need to earn that, and I think you and I both agree on that.
Yeah. The entitlement complex.
Exactly. And it's hard. It's really hard because you value yourself at a certain point and you go to a job and you tell them, hey,
worth and entitlement.
And it's a shady line because at the end of the day, you're going to deal with shit. You're going to deal with fucking assholes talking shit about you in front of people. You're going to deal with politics in life where, you could do a job better than someone else, but you're stuck because of a title. And that's not right, in my opinion.
Well, as a trans woman, Alex, I feel immensely represented in my workplace, and it is.
You look more like a lesbian, though, not really like a trans woman.
I look like a butch.
It's a lesbian haircut.
Look like a butch. Yeah.
You look like Chaz Bono. If Chaz Bono looked like Eli.
Chaz Bono on. That's pretty fucking hot. So what's going on in the world, guys?
Yeah.
That's it? You're done with that?
Yeah, for fucking sake, man.
Fuck you and your personal gains, dude.
No, because I got Eli thinking about himself now.
No, not at all. I'm
he's
thinking
off that
about
topic.
Cocksucker. I'm thinking about a show, and I'm thinking about things to talk about.
That was interesting. We were enthralled in that conversation. You're like,
I loved it too. I loved it too.
And now you're done with it, though.
So can I ask you, did it make you moist?
I'm always moist, by the way. I love that word.
I make you randy, baby.
Look, I'll tell you this much. Here's something I want to add to the whole thing you guys are talking about. I think there is a level of wanting to take the risk. Not wanting to, but feeling comfortable. It's because there's a big thing in risk and reward, right? There's a big part of me, a part of my soul, my being that wants to break the chains and the shackles of security and that little safe zone, even though it's buying me nothing but not being happy, but I'm getting good money. But I want to break those chains because I know I could do better. and it's about letting myself go. There's where I am on this.
You're not wrong, and I'm not gonna take long, Josh, but in regards to this
Yeah,
topic,
Josh, stop trying to change the subject.
no, because I see him gearing up for the next thing, and I got
Yeah,
you.
I did that to him.
We're in sync, yo. We're in sync.
Don't expose me like that. That's in secret.
I'm
I'm looking.
Fatone. You're Justin Timberlake. We're all good.
Whoa, not at all.
Look,
I'm
but-
Joey Fat One.
So
Joey Fat.
to that
Fatone,
to
Fat
to
One,
what
it's
you-
spelled the
yo,
same.
Eli, to just what you said,
All right.
I agree with you 100%, and I felt the same way. And I was there in my life because I depended on I have some medical stuff that I'm dealing with. I depended on the healthcare
Oh, yeah,
for
me too.
that,
Oh.
and you know, it's a big deal when it affects your health and you wanna hold on to something. But I took the risk because at the end of the day, I bet on myself, and if I can't bet on myself, what the fuck is it worth?
What's the point?
Dude, I
You know what I
had
mean?
my old smoke shop boss go crazy.
Yeah.
Whether it was genetic or not, but he took a risk on himself. He left the Middle East. He left Lebanon. He came over here, and he started selling generators during like a hurricane,
Very wise.
which made him a decent amount of money. He saw a smoke shop. He took over a smoke shop that wasn't doing well. He took that smoke shop to a decent amount of numbers a day, and then he started having people take advantage of him.
But
Then
that's-
he started getting a little more guarded. I came along. We actually opened up a second location when I came along because he started getting a little more trust. But in that moment of him getting more trust, he broke down.
Yeah, he called a
Like,
bomb threat to a mosque.
He called a bomb threat to a
SWAT
mosque.
team had to
and-
go take everybody out, and yeah, I remember. Yeah,
So, like,
we regaled.
when there's also that amount of stress when it comes to your own business, because now all this stuff relies on you doing that. But to me, being someone who like worked as a busboy in a restaurant, like if I got that, if I know I can make money somewhere, I'm not going to be as panicked. And I got, and he got that, secure as he did, but then it all came crashing down. But I can go back to Applebee's. I can go back to a restaurant and be a delivery
Exactly.
driver,
Yes,
or
thank you.
I'll be fine. That's my fallback right now. Okay.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't work back, go back to fucking, dude. I've been doing restaurants forever. Like I almost have a love-hate relationship with restaurants because I've been doing it over 10 years.
But don't you value yourself more because of that?
Not necessarily.
Why not? Because you just
I
told me.
understand.
You
I
just told
understand.
me
No, there's
you
a
can
difference.
always
No,
fall back to
okay, no, but you
something.
asked me if ask your question again.
That's good.
Okay, so do you overvalue? No, now I'm gonna rephrase it. Do you value yourself more because you have this knowledge?
I don't value myself
It's
more,
a yes or no question.
but I do think I am more valuable.
So yes.
No,
Why?
I just told you why. I don't find myself more valuable. I don't see that as a value.
Why? You know more.
Now you want to get into the psychology. You asked me
No,
a simple
no, no,
question.
no,
I'm giving
no,
you a
no.
simple answer. Now
I
you're trying to
know.
dissect it.
No, I think you're overthinking it.
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay,
just giving you a
so-
simple answer. Yes and no.
Okay, so do you feel like knowing more about the industry gives you more of an advantage compared to someone going into it? Yes or no?
Well, what if I'm going back to a restaurant as somebody who's, let's say, 40 years old?
Yeah.
That's hip as fuck.
It is, isn't
Well,
it?
well, but it gives you an advantage because you know.
Right.
Okay, so I didn't mean it like.
But
as
if I'm right now, do
That
I
doesn't-
find myself valuable
Compared to a
because I have
20-something-year-old.
restaurant knowledge when I'm not utilizing it? No.
No.
I gave you a simple
You're
answer.
right, but you know what I meant by what I was saying.
I don't.
Okay, so like let's say you're.
I'm not
going-
being a dick either.
No. I'm trying to understand you. So let's say you go back to a job and you know what you're doing compared to someone going in that's new. Do you think you're more valuable than that person going in that's new?
Yeah, if I was back in restaurants, yes.
Correct.
But
Yeah,
right
so-
now that I'm not in the restaurant business, I have no value knowing that knowledge.
I know what you're saying. However, but you knowing that, you would feel like you would ask more money than someone starting in.
But
from
I
the
wouldn't
beginning.
though, because if I went back down to a restaurant, I would take whatever job I could get at that amount. When I went to Applebee's, when I was like, I moved up a little bit and I had to then restart over. I took what they were offering. I didn't negotiate what
Why?
a busboy was getting.
Why?
Because why would I?
Well,
I needed a job.
that's
I
the
needed
problem.
money.
That's the problem.
I'm not gonna. No, it's not the
no.
problem. I will show by my work. And guess what? While I was in Applebee's, I moved up very, very quickly from a busboy to a prep cook.
And that's great.
I earned my money. I didn't just say, "Hey, I demand more." I said, "Hey, this is what you're offering." Everyone else maybe feel like they're entitled to more. I'll take what you're giving, and then I'll
100%.
show you I'm worth more. And that's what I did, and that's why I moved up as a prep cook from a busboy.
100%. I don't disagree with that. However, if you're going in and you know you can do this, like if I'm a boss, just give me your perspective from a boss, and I know you've done this shit before, and I know you can move up before, why wouldn't I value you more and pay you more? Because I know you're gonna get to train the new hires more. I know you can do all the shit you gotta do. Why can't I do that? And here's the problem is that
If I'm a boss, I would take my word at. I'll be like,
Of course.
well, let's see what he does
course, you could do a
first,
trial
because this is
period.
the restaurant industry and
A tr-
people are shady AF.
and there's trial periods for sure, 100%. But you know, you have to understand that, like, why can't you value yourself more as an individual? And it's because I think we all seek that American dream, and I think we all value ourselves at a certain point. But sometimes I think we devalue ourselves a lot more than we think.
Listen. I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I just don't find it becoming of me to, knowing that I had this really good job just because I was like, the owner or a boss of something doesn't mean that then I can go to Applebee's and be the owner of the boss at Applebee's. Like, I understand that, hey, okay, if I'm the one who needs money, they're the one, like, I'm at a more of a disadvantage than Applebee's is. Applebee's will find the first person that comes along and says yes to that busboy job at $9 an hour.
But why can't you go to Chili's and get more?
Because maybe in that moment they weren't hiring and Applebee's was, and I needed to pay bills.
That's fine, but at the same
But
time,
you have to take into those. You have to take the nuance into the equation.
there's always nuance, and there's always going to be nuance. But I guess, the perspective where you and I can kind of agree to disagree is that sometimes the money's always going to come. It's always going to happen. Bills are always going to happen. At the end of the day, you're either going to pay them or you don't.
I just don't agree with that. Money is always gonna come. I need to be doing the right things to make sure money always comes.
For sure, 100%. But if the bills are gonna keep coming, and you're like I said, you're either gonna pay them or you're not, right?
That's the only fucking. You
that's
either
the
are or
only-
you're not.
I think we're agreeing, but I don't think we're disagreeing on anything. That's I think we're more like having this like psychological battle of like disagreeing, because it doesn't seem like we really are genuinely disagreeing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like,
fair enough.
Like we're saying the same thing, but I'm like, hey, you need to earn what you're saying.
I think you two have two different mentalities, but there's also a minor nuance within the conversation that you aren't.
But I think that's a good thing, because people can see, hey, this is how you think about something, and this is how I think about something.
I think you're leaving out a lot of the small details that you get to overlook on that journey of being like. I think but not in a negative way. You're just not.
But that makes sense. I agree with you. You're not wrong, Josh.
Right.
You're 100% right. But yes, you are, because at the end of the day, people are going to think how you think, and people are going to think how I think. So, and I think that's great. I think it's beautiful, because at the end of the day, people are going to see, okay,
that's what.
How do I want to choose? How do I want to choose how to think? Do I want to choose how I think about Josh, where I can get a job wherever I can take it and then work my way up? Or do you want to think about how I think about Alex, where he wants to, value himself at a certain way, where that he thinks.
But I did though. Like, I do, like, on the creative side, I value myself, and for me to enjoy something creatively, I know I need to pay my bills. Like, I know
Absolutely.
that I know I'm not cut out to work X or this type of job or that type of job. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't fit right. I know that, but I have to play into society somehow to get X and get A and B covered so I can go and do X. like something that I truly enjoy. It's not really about like not knowing, but like that's where we're having our disagreement.
No, I think that's great though, but that's a good thing that we are because people can see that and they could choose sides. Like Eli, he does his own thing, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I respect the shit out of Eli because he'll go into his job.
Well, fuck me.
No, you too.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No,
It's totally a joke. Totally a joke.
But like he can go into his job and he has that perspective and he can relate to like, oh shit, you know, am I really being valued here? Is my time really being worth that? And he questions that about himself. And I think that's a good thing because that's where it starts. That's how it started with me. That's the main reason why I told my boss in August, I was like, hey, I don't think I want to do this anymore. You know, and that's how it wasn't really a 2-week notice. It started like a 3-month notice. They even gave me, let me tell you something. Eli's going to look at me in some type of way. They even gave me December 18th. They gave me a sheet saying, hey, here's your paper. You're gonna go ahead and quit on December the 18th. Why? Because it had someone planned up for me in my role.
Right.
With, I don't know how much he got paid, but I think he got paid a lot
Probably less than you, dude, for sure. That's how it works.
Because I was getting paid pretty good for my time.
We're bringing somebody new in?
Less. Yeah, so they wanted me to quit on the 18th because why? They had a plan going and this is not. But I told them, look, kiss my ass. I've been working for this company for 6 years.
When did you put your 2 weeks in? So was the 18th before the 2 weeks?
End of January, I get my 2 weeks. But no, they wanted to give me my 2 weeks. No, they wanted to tell me my last day was December 18th. They gave me a sheet and they said, hey, here's a paper, sign it. Your last day is December 18th, or to step down from the position. We're going to put me as a sales associate position or whatever. But here's the thing. Just because I had just mentioned to the fact of my DM, I said, hey, I don't think I really want to do this anymore. This is not. I'm going to be thinking about stepping down. I'm going to give you my notice. This is not. I've given this company 6 years of my time. And my GM goes and makes this paper saying, hey, I have to step down on the 18th. So I didn't sign that paper. I told him to kiss my ass. Literally. I mean, I didn't say that.
Okay, it's either literally or no.
I mean, I told her.
Okay.
But I didn't tell my GM because I respect him a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Word. Gotcha. 100.
So I was like, look, I'm sorry. Kiss my ass, but I'm not going to do this. And, you know, fact of the matter is you're telling me when I have to leave and you found my direct replacement. How I definitely did not feel valuable at that point. You know
I don't like the system in which we find ourselves working and working for.
But you got to understand.
That's their mentality.
You're running a business. You want to find your replacement. I get that. However, you know, that put me in a place where you're like, you know what? Fuck this place. I'm out. So I told them like, yo, you haven't given me a raise in 3 years.
Holy Jesus H. Christ from Latter-day Saints.
Just got a couple bonuses here and there. Like
bonuses? Well, that's.
Yeah, I know. But that's a trick.
Yeah, I know. Trust me,
haven't heard that word in a long time. What's a bonus?
But you see that mentality. That's where it comes from. So, you know.
No, I'm telling you, I should be honest. Like since I work with my dad, I definitely got a bonus.
Oh, wow.
Totally, like yeah. But no. But like for Christmas,
Well,
that's my
nice.
first bonus I've ever gotten in like 10 years.
Yeah.
I think I got to see everyone else get like a bonus, and like, listen. Maybe it wasn't earned. Say what you want because it's, a parent's business, but I got one and it felt good. It felt deserved.
But just to close off that, that's how I felt. And at the end of the day, that's when I decided to quit. And that's not to say it's going to be the same story for you because every story is different. And I think there's a beauty in that because Josh thinks a certain way. I think a certain way. You think a certain way. And I think that's great.
Yes.
And I think whoever is on the chat right now could relate to whoever wants to relate to, and I think it's a good thing because at the end of the day, we're not wrong.
In your defense, I feel like there are people.
We all live our own truths,
but there are people who need that firecracker of like, now I don't have anything, I have to do something.
Yeah,
like there is that.
Fair enough. Yeah,
like there is that.
Like maybe that firecracker is watching this man transition into what he is doing to get me off my fucking ass. Because I'll tell you, a few things different are in the pipe now as a result of watching him do what he does. So now I'm doing a couple fucking things on the side that I wasn't doing before, and let's see what the fuck happens. Fugazi.
There you go.
But I do think it's easier to be that way when you have a little bit of support on your side, So that's good. That's good. Yeah. Support is much needed.
I like support.
So
I like
Hell yeah. Anything good in the
All right, so
chat
the-
you want to highlight, Eli?
So a lot of people were talking about that whole thing in Ukraine and Russia. What are they making out or something?
Oh, so they had really nothing to say about our conversation?
There's some. I mean, I like how Burt Gummer was like, "Oh, I'm not listening at all, but I'm just chatting and playing with my kids."
How do I know if I'm on camera or not? Really?
Damn,
quick,
nobody
sorry.
cared, really?
No, I didn't finish. You're on camera right now, motherfucker.
Can you take me off camera for a second?
Yeah, hang on.
Scott has been
You're good.
commenting repetitively to us. Oh, and Nisi Tribe, I like your name because it reminds you of a rap song.
Do people
See
want us
me,
to
it's
put on
gonna-
the
It's gonna take a miracle. I drive the
phones tonight?
motherfuckers hysterical. All right. So Scott says people work for experience. Start your own business, and good
Is that
for you,
Scott
bro.
Frady?
I don't know who this is. His name is just Scott. Okay.
Dude, I'm not.
Just Scott.
No,
I
no,
hope
no,
anybody.
I'm going down the line. Reaching down the party line.
I don't want anybody to think that I
get it.
am against starting your own business whatsoever.
Yeah.
He can relate. I work for family. Hey. And yeah, no, there was
I feel like that guy's in the mob.
Go to Bert. Bert said some stuff.
Bert said a lot of stuff, man. Scott's never used his blinker. How about that? I know we needed to hear that one. You're welcome.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
How about Technolificers over here? Scott, what would you recommend as the best place to market new products ideas? Scott, tell us.
I need to say something.
I need to
say
piss.
something.
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
You were talking about blinkers.
No.
I need to then bring up a road rage issue.
Roe v.
I wanna
Wade?
hear
Why
this.
would you bring such a
No,
divisive
no, he
topic
said
up?
road rage.
Oh, road rage.
Couldn't give. Okay, two things.
Roe
Two
v. Wade.
things. I couldn't give a fuck what you do on the road. You want to fucking be a douchebag and swerve all over the road? Like, dude, I'm paying attention. I'm like fucking Hawkeye. I
That's-
see everyone.
That's what I just repaired from
People who
today.
drive faster pay more attention. People who drive slower are usually preoccupied. Remember that. People who speed are probably paying more attention because they are speeding.
You sound like Rocky Balboa's coach with that shit. That was some real shit. This is why I climbed the mountain. I'm
100% real. Like when you're speeding, you're probably paying more attention to what you're driving. All you motherfuckers who sit at the green arrow because you're down on your phone and you fuck us all else up, okay? Fuck you. And number two, all you dumb motherfuckers who sit in the left lane.
Life in
The left lane in the highway is what? Please tell me you know what the left lane is in the highway.
Well, that's the lane where
See,
people want to normally.
That's the fastest lane.
I've had the luxury to drive from here to New York, 95 here to New York. I've learned highway etiquette. I've learned highway etiquette.
So now the question is, how much does
The
that make
left
you worth?
lane is the fucking passing lane. Doesn't make me worth jack shit, okay?
Makes
But
you passable.
if I'm driving in the left lane and I have to pass you in the middle lane as I drive next to you, I wish you to go fuck yourself.
Yes, indeed.
Then sometimes I will drive in front of you. I will slam the brakes, and I'll put the middle finger up.
Cause a 3-car pileup.
Yeah,
Maybe start shooting at
as you were, sir.
random vehicles as they pass by. No, I can jive with that. That.
I don't think you can. You looked at me like I was speaking in tongues.
No, not at all. What the fuck?
You did. You had nothing to say. You are the person who drives
No,
slow
I
in the
drive
left
fast.
lane.
I drive
Drive
fast.
slow in the left lane.
I just fixed my tires because, well, I drove too quickly on the right lane when I was drunk, and now we don't have to talk about that anymore.
no. You drove too quickly on the median, sir.
All right, so I hit a fucking curb or two.
I hit a curb or two.
Yeah, all right.
Listen, I'm not. I've done the same thing. I will tell you this, man. You're at your 2 strikes. Take it easy. you
Yeah.
know?
Who? Me?
Yep.
Oh man,
No,
dude,
no,
I got
no,
so fucking
I'm
lucky.
not talking about you. I'm
Uh.
talking about
Jesus.
the other Eli.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So, listen. I've been there before. I know what it's like.
I've
It's
totaled 2
scary.
cars. One of those cars, though.
I've totaled 6.
Yeah, he did. One of
You
those
guys
though.
are bad then.
We are terrible.
I don't do
Shit.
nothing anymore. Actually, it's probably 7 now because of old third mic here.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Shit! Wow.
That's been resolved. I've been told he's got a new car now. They totaled that one. My insurance
remember-
paid for everything, so I can talk about
No,
that.
remember,
now.
you only ruined the bad one from the get-go, and he never really told us he had the good one that he never
Yeah.
brought out.
Oh, that guy that threatened to beat me up with a bat or something like that.
Oh,
I was only told that. I don't care.
something really fucking vague like
I think
that.
he was just upset. If
He
you said
was-
that,
yeah,
whatever.
that was wow. We really
These
dig
guys
in.
are having fun with Bert because Bert.
What did Bert do now?
Laugh
it
into
says-
Burt
it
Lane.
says Eli hits curves and shit.
Yeah, and that makes me
Hang on. You know what we can? You know what we can do? We can do this. Boom.
You want to open
The
line?
chat. Eli hits curbs and shit. Scott says, I drive 85.
Speed limits are
I'm talking
simply
about-
luxury taxes.
Oh my God! Look at the cat under the chair.
All right, what can we ask the chat something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
please.
Ahead, do
All
it.
right, what is your opinion, chat guys,
On
Roadhead?
Roadhead
Can I tell you my funniest roadhead story?
that you never.
I
want to
listen to it, but
Yeah,
I
dude, I was blowing this
no,
dude.
Wait.
and
I,
what?
I want to hear Eli's Roadhead story first.
My Roadhead's what?
You definitely have had one or two Roadhead stories.
But why?
That's very
why,
weird. I feel like you know one.
Why did you pivot?
Like I have one, and you're like, no, I want to hear Eli's
you
first.
want to know why?
Like,
Because he put his phone.
I don't
up.
want to tell you mine now.
He put his phone up, and I know he's hiding something.
no.
Share, bro.
I don't know what the fuck is. Oh, this is fugazi. All right.
You
So.
see, he's hiding shit from you guys.
So we're talking. Let's get on a topic or something, huh?
Yeah,
This
your
has been
Roadhead
L2
story, bro.
natural. Look, sometimes
Did he hit a bump or something?
Some,
You got a
some.
little,
All right, look, it can be a fantastic, irresponsible thing to do, and it could be fucking boss as hell until shit is not boss, okay? And when that shit's not boss, you fucking get traumatized, all right?
Wait, how did it not get boss?
Think of what could go wrong in such a scenario, and like a chomp or something where there's blood involved. Okay.
Eli hit a bump. It's okay, guys.
No, I didn't even fucking hit a bump. But all right, don't get me all emotional about my fucking. I think I got circumcised twice
That's
in my
why
life.
you got circumcised.
Twice in his life.
Yeah, that was the second one.
It was happening on 75, and we came up to a toll booth, and I had to then pull over and let the gentleman finish before I then passed through the toll booth.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was fun.
didn't expect it any other way.
Yeah.
So, why do I keep
It
saying,
was a girl who had a penis. Duh.
Of course. It's
That
2022
makes it
at
a
least.
her.
No, she had some fat little titties. That was the one that got away.
And it's always the roadhead ones.
Yeah. She didn't give a fuck, dude. She did it in the movie parking lot when people were walking by, just like, word, dude, that's what's up.
All right.
I was like, I don't really know why.
I want to do what I
I
call
think that's awesome.
the Ukrainian teaser.
Yeah, I don't think Eli does.
I want to do what's called the Ukrainian
What? His mom's
teaser.
watching?
What?
I want to take a hit of pot without people looking at me.
Well, that worked out. Look, What?
Okay.
I was gonna go into a fucking just a brief topic switch. All right, I just want to tease and talk very, very briefly about Ukraine. It's everywhere. I don't feel that I'm very informed.
So why do you want to talk about it?
Why not? All the more reason. There's a bunch of people that have been talking about Ukraine the entire duration of the show while sticking around, so I'm fucking grateful. But
We did say we might talk about it a little
I
bit.
am curious, okay, because a couple of people in the chat have mentioned something like Putin has been unveiling or exposing deep state shit or Biden secrets, and to that, I am absolutely curious. So I do look at you, chat, straight in the eye. Look, I am now stuck in the middle, chat. Okay, that didn't work. Irrelevant reference. Tell me what the fuck I'm missing out on here. First
No,
off,
you're not wrong. He has been, but
has he really? Like, what is he leaking? What do you know? Give me something substantial. And like tomorrow, I know we're gonna probably go in a lot. No, not probably. We're gonna go in a lot deeper on the conflict.
Everyone knows about the Joe Biden and the whole quid pro quo on his end, right?
Okay? So here's what
it's on camera. You can watch
It's 100% fact, and it's been a fact.
Can
and
I
the
read
media,
something for you
The
guys?
media tried to hide it, and they failed miserably. Please do.
Yeah, go for it, Josh.
Let me read something for you guys, and I'll bring it up on the screen so everybody can see it. Let's see here. Sorry, you're doing a stall. I'm just pulling it up.
Oh, stall? As
No,
in
no.
stall
Well,
in? You fucking
For a
communist?
second,
Whose
just say
side are you
something.
on, Josh? Man, I'm ready to go, Vato. I haven't had a drink in 4 days, man.
Yeah, I know you seem upset.
My eyes are so this is what withdrawal is like for me, Alex. My eyes just feel like they're always.
You're
like,
not
on
really
pressure.
going through alcohol withdrawal.
No,
I'll tell you that much. I
what-
feel like you're going through more like a sugar withdrawal.
He's dumb.
That
I
could
mean,
be it. You could be right. Could be
Alcohol
right.
withdrawal
Could be
usually
right,
happens
depending
within
on how you
about
mix that
24
shit.
hours.
What,
you know what I mean?
dude,
Alcohol withdrawal doesn't really happen
I'm
after
definitely
24.
I'm not going through alcohol withdrawal. Okay, that's clear as day. All right.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tell you. I didn't mean to break this to you. Your doctor called me. You have Parkinson's disease.
Oh, this is not fucking alcohol withdrawal.
No, you have Parkinson's.
Oh shit, McFly.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So what are you gonna read, motherfucker?
You want to hop on your hoverboard?
I tried.
All right, go on.
It doesn't work over water. All right, go
Go
ahead.
on, Josh.
Yeah,
Go on. Well, it's actually
This is
the
like
man's name is Josh Hammer.
Putin and Trump are talking.
But
This is a real time shit I'm reading right now.
does anybody feel any sort of way about what's going on right now? When you hear Russia in some type of war conflict, do you feel any sort of way? Does anything give you a pause when you hear like the media talking really just like pro
I'm gonna give
anybody
you.
against Russia?
I'm gonna give you the
Alex, you too.
This is the reflex answer, and I think this is what all of us would naturally say. But because I think the three of us, who we are, and how much research we do, more than I think your average bear, I think the pivot is always Russia bad, because that's always been what the American mainstream has said, and some people are really stuck on that. I know personally I don't know enough about the Ukrainian and Russian conflict, except for some really odd factoids that have been coming my way. For one, a huge Nazi population in the Ukraine. What the fuck is that about? Number two, from what I know about Russia and what they're doing, no, I don't like that they're invading the Ukraine. But some people are telling me it's their own fucking borders. I don't really have my whole entire mind frame flipped on it. But
listen, Eli,
yeah.
there's an entire Nazi population in South America, Argentina. It's huge.
yeah, I know all about that project.
So there's a lot, there's a lot that goes on, but in reality, the situation is that, yeah, I mean, the media does tend to cover up what you don't want to see, and a lot of it is the Hunter Biden situation with Burisma and what's going on, and there's a lot of conservative media that really embellishes it. I think to a degree, like how the left embellished the whole Russia scenario. I think the right embellishes the whole Hunter Biden Burisma scenario, but
That's them
the funny
doing their
thing
work.
is,
That's
the
what they
funny
do,
thing
yeah.
is that there's more truth behind that than there is the whole Russian collusion thing.
Oh, I know.
And-
We've gone through that evolution.
And I think the problem we have is that as the American people, we have to decipher what's real news and what's fake news, or what's news and what is truth about that. Like, what is true about that particular source of news? You know what I mean? And it becomes so nuanced now that it divides so many people into groups where you don't even consider yourself part of your own group sometimes,
No, I don't.
and that's fine. That's okay, because at the end of the day, we're all individuals. We could all think alike. But the thing people fail to think about is, hey, we live in a nation all together. We should be supporting each other. You know what I mean? No matter if you're black, white, brown, whatever, Muslim, it doesn't matter. If we're living together, we're coexisting, trying to make money, trying to prosper together. That's who should matter. However, we live in a world where the media wants us to tribalize ourselves, and
Dude,
that's how we eat each other alive.
Division is the new black,
Of
and you know what I
course.
mean by
Absolutely.
that. What is this that we have?
Real quick, I would like to say to the people out there, what do you think that is going on with Russia and Ukraine? Please let us know in the comments below. I would just like to kind of dance around this a little bit. I was going to ask Alex kind of how he felt about the situation, but I kind of get the idea too that he's kind of aware of, like, I don't want to come off whatsoever as like being like this like pro Russian person. What I want to come off as is just kind of looking at what the bigger picture is, because it doesn't seem as simple as Russia bad. It seems a little more complex than that, and I'd like to just dance around that at first, because we do have like a lot of propaganda that I feel is propaganda coming out, and a lot of people like this guy Clay Martin on Twitter. He says, "Hey, look, let's take a breath. Does this whole, he probably meant to say whole, UKR narrative seem a bit off? I don't know exactly what, but the outliers are adding up. Russia has so far committed the B team with very little artillery or air support. They are out if outguided munitions, you say, well, they have plenty of dumb MFers. Do you? There's. Do you agree with the U.S. being involved with what's going on with Russia and Ukraine? How about that first?
I know. All right, I'm not going to answer it simply because I just think I know we're
I'll
going to get.
answer it simply, but
Okay.
go ahead.
I think we're going to get pulled into it.
Go ahead.
Do I think we should get involved? I don't know. Like the video I just saw, it was fucking disturbing. I don't want to see innocent people die. But I'm done. No, we're not the fucking world police, and I'm over always getting involved to flex our fucking, our nuts. But war makes us money, right? No, I don't want us to get in fucking involved. But then that's bad, right? NATO, the whole fucking shebang. We're supposed to not like what Russia does, right? So I don't fucking know. Like,
My simple answer is no. I think we shouldn't get involved. I think that we should look out for ourselves. I think that
we're gonna proxy war 'em, right? We're gonna fund them.
No.
Ukraine. We're gonna give them fucking weapons.
just focus on ourselves, because at the end of the day, we're humans and we want to live our lives how we want to live our lives. I think we should be more focused on how we want to live our lives compared to how everyone wants to live their lives. I understand that there's lives at stakes. Yeah, but there's always going to be lives at stake, no matter what. Someone can have a problem with whoever. It's the same thing in life. Let's say, Eli, you represent the United States. I represent Russia. You represent Ukraine, right? The problems of him don't involve me in real life. Am I wrong or am I right?
So here's where you're right. And
So I think we should see it that
Russia
way.
is kind of like short. So you have Ukraine, and I don't have that picture. And this is not pro anything. You have that picture of Ukraine,
Yeah.
and the Donbass region. I forget exactly it's divided in two countries or two. I don't know what it is. It's divided in two. That region right there, that part of Ukraine that borders Russia, they speak Russian. They're native. You know what?
yeah,
Ooh,
that they support.
I'll pull up that photo real quick. Give me 1 second.
Here's one thing I know that I didn't like the sound of it. In Kiev, I believe this is in Ukraine, they have an unrealistic expectation. Russia is waiting for all of the innocents to get the fuck out of there. That's 3.5 million people that they're waiting to evacuate, and there's only one lane to let them all out. Otherwise, they're
this.
going to start pulverizing Kiev.
So
Not a fan.
here's that area, and like, who is the U.S. to dictate who can police who? But so here's that area. So
That's a good point. That's a strong point.
the Donbass area, that was on camera. The Donbass area, and that's fine because that was just tobacco. Because we smoke tobacco here. I have some very, very high quality tobacco
damn you.
here.
Full screened.
I do. I don't. You didn't say anything. You didn't give me a heads up.
I didn't see.
But when you look at this picture up here, here's Ukraine. Here's the area where Russia's going to. This is not. I'm not excusing this by any stretch of the imagination. I just want you to understand how they view it. They speak native Russian in that area. They look at Russia through a lens of shared history. The rest of Ukraine, European, they speak Ukrainian and they look at Russia with suspicion. These two factions have been having a civil war since about 2014, maybe 2015. They've been warring with each other. A big part of the Ukrainian army is neo-Nazis,
Yeah, this is new information to me that I just learned 2 days ago.
or at least a big part of one half of it. Let's say
If I was to look
A
into this
quarter.
myself, I would find this substantiated, cited, and all that.
I have some clips I could have pulled up. I didn't think we'd get this far into it, so I don't have them pulled up.
I saw the one of the SS.
They-
neo-Nazis.
They begin with it's like an asterisk or I forget their full. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but
Yeah, fuck
they
'em.
themselves neo-Nazis.
Mm.
The majority of the attacks that have been going on have been happening, and these people have been getting killed on this side. The
Okay.
neo-Nazis burned Russians alive.
Okay.
So, who is Putin really to declare the Donbass region independent from Ukraine is what's going on. Putin, in 2014, broke a promise with the whole Crimea thing. Do you guys remember the whole Crimea thing?
Not in perfection, but yes, I remember.
In annexing Crimea, Russia itself broke a promise in the Budapest Memorandum, a treaty Russia signed with the U.S. and U.K. in 1994. It committed to respect the independence and sovereignty and the existing borders of Ukraine in exchange for Ukraine's denuclearization. So something about Crimea, that was from an NPR article, but because we, America, promised Russia not to expand NATO, and that's what we've been doing, or we've been trying to do. And now we're trying to expand NATO into this part of which Russia's now claiming. So, like, we've sent our people to protect the borders of Syria and, like, the Middle East, other places.
Why?
Exactly.
There's money
so
in
now,
it, right?
So now here Russia is feeling threatened, shoring up their own borders. They're not going out of their own way necessarily.
So what's wrong with that?
Right. That's what I'm asking.
And
why are we involved?
It's a perspective, and it brings me back to the same point. What matters the most to you?
The mainstream wants us involved because it'll get.
But guess what? COVID truths are going down, or COVID truths are coming out. They're like, yo, we can't lose this. Look over there, war.
The timing's fucking impressive, as always.
Absolutely, but what matters to you the most? Your own livelihood. Because at the end of the day, that's what Americans care about. That's what anyone cares about. It's about how you live your life day to day. Can you afford your meal? Can you afford your rent? Can you do this? And that's fine.
And in NATO, like, listen to, so this was never aired MSNBC, CNN, anything like that. Like, listen, Trump explain this whole NATO situation going on, Ukraine, all that good stuff.
When was this?
Oh, I will tell you in 2 seconds.
Because if this was the secret recording, I watched the whole thing when he was president. Somebody went in there and recorded this entire special dinner.
Oil and gas deal with Russia. I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia.
Not wrong.
So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. And I think we have to talk to Germany about it. On top of that, Germany is just paying a little bit over 1%. Whereas the United States, in actual numbers, is paying 4.2% of a much larger GDP. So I think that's inappropriate also. You know, we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting everybody.
And I believe Biden then went ahead and approved that pipeline, if I'm not mistaken.
You see, right now, what I just found,
and all the sanctions Biden has put on.
Oh yeah. Oh,
nothing to do with gas or energy or anything like that, where Russia still makes money off of.
Before I lose this thought, like, was this when he was president? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes,
okay.
He was
so
president.
I find it, you know, it's not surprising, but amusing, and I'll point this out. Like, remember how often we'd get somebody that would go in some personal private function with Trump and come out and leak it, and that's him just talking business, baby. He's just being real, and they'd leak it, and the media would make it all demonic and shit, and then the orange man bad haters would get it in a fucking froth.
He says the quiet part out loud, and the loud part.
So the one thing I just want to say is, now that fucking the Biden administration has been in power, what happened to all the people trying to get those fucking leaks out to the press?
You're right.
Where's all that fucking energy been?
But I think a lot of people have woken up to that, and especially a lot of the people on the left who have seen, the transition of their entertainment go from boring to less boring because they're seeing the truth. And I think we've seen that with Bill Maher. We've seen that with
my friends hate when I say this. I miss Trump. My friends freak out
Trump
when I
too.
say this.
We knew Hillary kind of wanted a war with Russia.
Oh my God.
Biden and Obama, essentially the same kind of person. So why not approve this pipeline in Russia to only then, well, you can't have that.
Well,
We have to go in and stop that.
listen, just because you go in and you make the American dream beyond it, you become president of the United States, and you're not well spoken. But at the end of the day, you ask questions.
Is there truth to the comment Ukraine is corrupt as fuck?
Yes.
A lot of things are.
Hunter Biden came out of Ukraine.
That's right.
Burisma.
There was like Ukraine Democrats, they were called, after they got caught up in this whatever the fuck. There's a lot of stuff I've missed out on
Bro, all the
that we're gonna tease for tomorrow's
hero stories
episode.
coming out right now of Ukraine. Go ahead.
You're gonna have to watch 32 episodes of Dan Bongino to catch up.
Yeah.
No, it's funny, but guys like that actually really delve into it, and it's like I don't expect anyone on the left to really start watching it and get into shit like that. I mean,
let me tell you this, all right? Because I still think, Josh, I hope you don't find me wrong. I know on the fucking literal test, you're right smack dab in the center. But I think before you started the show, you thought you found yourself to be more of a Democrat than Republican, and I found myself.
No.
So I'm the only one that came here, and I was like the classic liberal, and then I was always a progressive at heart. But I kind of had that blue no matter who attitude that slowly started to get chipped away, and now I'm just I'm so disenfranchised and warped.
I was always kind of told that, like, oh, like I was in JROTC, so for whatever reason that was labeled as Republican or whatever. Like
I was in JROTC,
and like I was like, well,
I never got a.
I don't know,
but
I go from there and just saying, like, I guess some of my views have always leaned a little more right, but only in the and I hate when people kind of defend like, well, I'm not right as if it's like some like disgusting thing. Like I'm right in the sense that I don't like big government. I'd rather have a limited government as feasible.
Yeah, that's been the most conservative side of you. There is you don't see the need, like the government's corrupt. You all hate the government so much. Why are you advocating for them to get more in your business? Right? That's been your stance pretty much.
And then you have two of them. You have your state government, your federal government. Like
then
states
the
has one thing.
kicks in, and everything that we vote for happens too slow for us to ever see the fucking benefit of it.
But and I will say in the same respect, I will get and I will hear and I will understand why some people feel the opposite, and I think that's what makes America what it is, because of those hey, we need more, hey, we need less, and in the more and less you find the perfect equal.
How long do you think that'll last?
What part?
That how long do you think it'll last for us to cope with each other?
Dude, I will tell you right now, I think the times we are in, no, it's not, because I'm going to hit that bitch out of the park, and I think right now we are close to end times.
What?
100%. Not in the biblical sense, but in the sense that we as a country are so divided. We're backing Putin in a place where he's going to be like, you know what?
Fuck it, I'm going to hit
if
all the
I
buttons.
can't have it, nobody can have it. Why wouldn't he fucking do that? And I'm not trying to
opposite.
I'm not trying to be like, well, just let him have it because he wants. It's like, well, also too, like, what is our role in pushing those buttons?
Hey,
do we have to? Biden denied something, a deal this year between himself and Putin to kind of keep Ukraine neutral. We could have prevented this. And
Fuck
we did
Biden,
not.
bro. We know where we stand with fucking Biden. You know what? They let Obama do exactly what he wanted to do with Libya, with Gaddafi, because all he wanted was to go back to the gold standard in his country and not rely on U.S. currency. And they let the world, what were they going to fucking do? They let us go and do whatever we wanted. And that essentially, I think, is what some people are at.
I don't know, man. We can only
at
be
this
fucking
point-
cocky bitches for so long where somebody fucking says, BAP!
I do think
I don't think
America's
we're
destined for
there.
the Roman Empire.
Where do you
complex
think
at
we're
some
at?
point.
I think we're at
Mr.
the opposite.
Bistro.
I think Bistro. Goddamn.
Come on, what? Remind me.
You know,
of
Come on, Brito.
I think that the internet really changed us for
Yes, it did.
for the better and for the worse. Because remember how beautiful it was in the beginning.
Mostly for the worst.
You could have your own song on
It
MySpace.
was so
and-
beautiful, and it was so innocent. And I think that
Okay, hold on.
this.
Oh no, I'm
Innocent?
not. We,
No,
we
no.
got someone going off. I just want to comment. Somebody is. They've been an avid supporter today, but it's kind of getting a little spammy, and that's okay. Trump and Putin will save the world. Truth is God. God will not be silenced. Trump and Putin are gonna save.
Yo,
the
did
world.
you see the Pat Robertson clip?
No.
Pat Robertson literally says that Putin is just doing God's will.
Listen,
All right.
and look, and it goes
Started.
back to it goes.
We'll play
back-
that next.
Yeah, it goes back to what I'm saying. I think that this has brought the world, even though so much together, it has brought us so much apart
Yes.
that it's
Uh,
bound to go back and forth. And I think it's just like how the telephone game plays. It's just like when you think about all the old crises, 9/11, the Cuban Missile Crisis, Berlin Wall, you name it. Like it's all been there's been ups and there's downs. And I think right now we're experiencing those downs. And I think that we're gonna I'm a firm believer, going back to Bert's situations and comments, that we're gonna get a guy like Trump back. Why?
The people have shown that they want somebody like Trump,
Because
and the mainstream has shown. We like
Yeah,
people that buck
listen.
the system.
listen, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we are very divided, and we're close to a civil war. Why? Because January 6th happened. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm a guy on the right. I defend my righties.
I'm a guy on the left, but
But-
I defend January 6th entirely because it stood for showing the government that we know they're fucking
it
up.
stood for something. However, it shows the fact that we are very divided as a nation. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
we have just keeping the
So,
mic,
But with that being said,
keeping the mic. Look at the mic.
Yeah,
Okay.
as far as we are divided, we're very much close. I mean, look at the memes we share. Look at the shit that we talk about. I think that we're generally a lot better than we think we perceive ourselves not to be. You know what I mean?
You're such the optimist. Listen, you're worth more. We need to perceive ourselves better than we
Yeah,
are.
don't
Like,
I-
I get your vibe now, man.
Don't-
I'm totally with you.
Well, don't I sound like a socialist?
Not really, not at all. You just
I
sound
mean-
like an optimist.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think that's-
Socialist is like, yo, you need to help me.
well,
You are required to help me.
well, I'm just busting balls. But at the end of the day, I think that
You sound like somebody who helped themselves and said, hey, I found out I'm worth more, so I'm going to do what I have to do to get it. You didn't rely on anything else. You sound the opposite. You sound like, sir, the American dream.
Ouch.
You, sir, sound like capitalism at work. Thank you.
I must be racist.
Thank you.
I must be racist.
Illuminati confirmed.
Oh,
So where's
confirmed.
Pat Robinson at?
You want to see Pat Robinson?
I sure do, and I really gotta take a tinkle here.
Do you got a tinkle?
Bye.
Mhm.
Me too. Let's go.
I
together.
mean,
let's cross streams.
You can use this time to tinkle. Does anybody else got tinkle?
And I do want to put a little caveat. I did discuss about this a couple times that the internet has shown how divided we are, and this beautiful experiment meant to connect us all has just added and given a weapon to the powers that be to keep on dividing us. And now we're default to hate instead of like, oh, it's my neighbor, and we just have different shirts. Now we identify each other, different profile. This person is that on side A,
but
and I'm on
Eli-
side B.
We're at least together about it because we could still talk about it together.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's the same way. Like we think about it. Okay, we're stuck at one place.
Listen,
At least we can
Nintendo
talk about
skeleton, and you'll find out what that is later. We got Pat Robinson on the
Let's
screen.
do it. Let's do
You want to
it.
do Pat Robinson?
Yes, I want to hear this motherfucker.
All right, I was gonna let him fucking riff, dude. You cut him off, not
Do
me.
it. Do it now.
Remember that.
You just got called a socialist.
Damn.
Who?
All right, here's Pat Robinson just being his old
Yo,
fucking.
that sweater fucks.
I've played too much Nintendo. Hey, who are you people? I can't find my shoes.
Let it run.
I think you can say, well, Putin's out of his mind. Yes, maybe so. But at the same time, he's being compelled by God. He went into the Ukraine, but that wasn't his goal. His goal was to move against Israel ultimately. And God is getting ready to do something amazing, and that will be fulfilled. And what Putin is doing by moving as he is to set up Ukraine as a staging ground for one of the armies, and then across is Erdogan at Turkey, and you've got between them that little Dardanelles area, and it's going to happen. So I just say that is what's coming up. Is Putin crazy? Is he mad? Well, perhaps. But God says, I'm going to put hooks in your jaws, and I'm going to draw you into this battle, whether you like it or not. And he's being compelled, after the move into the Ukraine, he's being compelled to move again to get a land bridge and then across the Dardanelles with Turkey, and watch what's going to happen next. You read your Bible, because it's coming to pass.
Okay, so you know what really fucking worries me is fucking religious zealotry like this that uses anything that has any fucking impact on the world and fucking adds God into the mix like it's some cosmic fucking jerk-off dream that we're gonna all go to fucking war and it's end times and to glorify it. This man came out of fucking retirement, fucking making money off of people's hopes and dreams and selling it to them in the form of tithing.
Eli.
Fuck that shit and fuck all that shit, bro.
They've been doing that for years.
And I'm sick and tired of it. Fuck
Yeah,
these
gross.
fucking zealots.
It's gross as it was
disgusting.
then. It's even
That
grosser
motherfucker needs
now.
to get buried, son.
Eli.
Fucking 6 under.
700 Club is how old he's gonna be.
Happens everywhere.
Yeah, and
No, but it's,
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying religious zealotry. I didn't even specify. Makes me fucking sick.
you just say the fact that it's overdone.
I'm over it.
Okay.
Wherever it
got
comes, the extremism of any religious doctrine is fucking disgusting and it's seething.
It's just
seething
like a Twitter
hatred, and it's covered in fucking prophecy and glory and mythicism.
But it's just like a Twitter like influencer. It's like they're gonna spew out bullshit and get the people they want to eat their shit.
That fucking senile
That's
old
what it
bat
is.
right there. He doesn't even. I guarantee you, he doesn't even give a fuck anymore that the people are eating out of his shit. He's just happy that he's gonna get to see end times before he
Well,
dies.
You recognize
He
it.
really believes this shit too.
You recognize
Scares
it,
the fuck out of
but
me.
the people who eat that shit are the ones that are gonna, they're the ones that really make things go as far as what his perspective is. You know what I mean? It's
Make things.
it's terrible.
It scares me that people think
Yeah.
like this and get involved in the political game to almost have a manifest destiny or the prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecy, snake eating its own fucking tail kind of shit.
It's
I am
tiring.
over
It's
the
tiring.
religious zealotry shit in
It's
my
tiring.
life,
I
in this
agree.
world.
I agree. You're not wrong.
I can't find my shoes.
He's just trying to find his fucking shoes, Josh.
Listen,
I pooped my pants.
after the show, I'm gonna look to see how much that sweater costs because I need it. in
Dude, you
my
get
life.
that, dude. You go right now and you can pick
Salvation
that shit up
Army,
at
bro.
Walmart. No lie, for like $20, dude. And you can look that cool as well.
$20.
I promise you, dude.
Yeah.
You could probably get that shit in
There's
like
some great comments.
What are,
you
they
can probably get that shit in red and black too.
what are they saying on there?
All right, and let me clarify. My friend, I don't consider. All right, here's the quote: "I don't consider believing the Bible to make someone a zealot." I didn't say that in any shape or form. I said people with religions that are zealots, such as this man, are the scum of the earth.
And we'll get into religion.
Oh,
hopefully in another episode.
I embrace it like sweet,
Especially, yeah, what you were just talking
sweet,
about.
sweet death.
This is almost like a prelude right here.
it's a trailer.
Yeah, a
It's a trailer.
trailer into that
Oh,
episode.
I like.
Where's your part,
Calm
Josh?
down, Eli. You might not be a zealot, but some powerful groups are. Wait. So God created. Oh God. So God created you, Eli. Eli heard God and got triggered. That man got me convinced. Wow. I love all of the comments. I'm gonna go rewatch this. So thank you.
Yeah, no lie, Eli. You come off as a pure sugar-coated atheist.
Sugar coated.
He like Eli gets worked up about religion, and like I thought I got worked up about religion. Like I've been there, I'd done that. I was Catholic.
I gotta
I
thank
was
God.
confirmed, baptized, and had my communion. I had like the big three, and I don't anymore. And Eli's like, "Wow, fuck that shit. This guy's evil."
I have this to me, and I don't care if I don't even think the intentions ever started out.
You know I love you. I'm not making fun of you too much. Like I agree with you too, Eli. This guy, I'm not a fan of this.
No,
guy
I know you.
either.
I don't.
Okay.
I didn't even hear anything offensive.
I was like,
Just-
this guy.
No, these fucking dude, the zealots, the evangelicals that use their station like that. Who's that? Olstein cocksucker that had the fucking churches closed down until the PR got so bad he had to open them up for the flood. All of these same motherfuckers, same bat time, same bat channel. When the shit hits the fan,
He's got
they're
that
not-
Matthew McConaughey thing going on.
They're not
Welcome,
there
Joel
about their.
Osteen.
They're not representing their fucking faith that they preach and get rich off of. These
God
fucking-
wants you to drive a Lincoln, I swear. See what I did there?
Yeah, there's
Matthew McConaughey commercial. That's-
That shit was tasty.
Come on, dude.
Tasty. You're right, Eli. But also,
Thank you for all the God
What?
blesses and bless your little heart. I am an atheist, and here's all I say is that you all are atheists too. It's just you guys went a little. All right, I went one step further than you guys. You guys disproved and disbelieved the thousands upon thousands of other gods and believe in one specific God.
That'd be more agnostic.
I went one step further, and I said I'm gonna step out of that circle entirely, and I don't believe in any of the gods, not even your one specific version of God, which could be very individual depending on all of you, indoctrinally or geographically born in the position that you were, raised by your parents, or the Bibles you've read.
Off that momentum. That
I know that sounds like a lot of they them talk.
They them.
Yeah, he's definitely demonizing
Yeah, totally.
the others.
Not everybody,
Yeah,
some people
I
in there
know.
are like, God made you, Eli, and God bless. Thank you for the blessings. They're well meant and well received.
Yeah,
but,
like you're not that kind
I'm-
of person
I'm
who
not-
would take like God bless you and be like, he didn't bless me for no. Like you'd be
no.
like, thank you so much. Like you're not that kind of person.
People say
right?
God bless me all the time at work, and I say
That's
thank
because you sneeze though, probably.
No,
Because you're sneezing.
I was immunized to sneezing. Okay, I don't know where I'm going
Yo,
with this.
apparently
No,
we need God.
I don't. No, I'm good. I'm
Damn.
good without God. It's one of my tattoos. Good without God.
Can't spell good without God.
Without yeah.
You know?
I
You
know.
can
Can you?
No, you can't.
How?
in Spanish.
All right, so it was proposed. If that's an arrogant, illogical position, Veritas, I'd propose that maybe the person that believes that their one specific version of a god is the correct one is an arrogant and illogical position. I would propose that to be the very same claim that you proposed to me, sir. But this is an entire other episode, and I have to blindside to the comments. I promise I'll read each and every one because I will continue to go on this tangent. It'll be a 4-hour episode.
I'm showing a
and then the
sleeping cat
religion
real
special.
quick.
And then I have to take a piss. I really
Sleeping
do.
cat with the TV everyone was looking at. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude, go take a. You know what? Let's
You can
listen. We got to cut it off. That's it. We're done.
you can pray for me.
Yes.
Just know I thank you, and I hope that nothing but goodness happens to you.
Hang on. Okay, that's it. Eli's got to bail. Alex, dude,
You want
thank
to take
you.
a call, bro? Or
So, I mean,
Here's the thing. I'm
let's do one call. Just one person.
do people want to call in?
No. But
I'm sure
like,
they will.
just do one.
You've said it. You
One.
said it so
it.
quickly where I almost had the outro music playing, but you beat me to it.
Just one call. That's it.
Okay, we'll take a call. We'll take. You know what? We'll take a
We'll
call.
make it special. So whoever calls.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's
If they want to call,
No, just one. They will.
all right. Let's see what happens. Let me get the Google Voice up and working,
That way Eli can jump in.
dude. But dude, by the way, thank you for hopping on today. Today was fun, even though you ditched us out, not one time before.
Yeah.
But
At
you
least
know
I gave you guys warning.
what
and,
happened that time? You good? Everything good?
Everything was good. Just rough spot. You know how it is.
Rough spot? No, I got you.
Trying to say yes to a lot more things, but yeah, we'll get into religion. Definitely want to talk about.
That's a
it.
good attitude.
Absolutely.
Give the show a call if you feel like calling 954-399-3631. The hotline is open, I believe, if you feel like calling.
What's
If-
going to be the topic of conversation? You got to
What-
choose.
No, not at all. It's whatever
the-
they feel like talking. They've watched the show. They may have some things to say about what we've said, what you've said, what Eli've said,
Fair enough.
and what I've said. Dude, Eli should go live and call himself Elive. That's pretty
is
fucking-
Probably one of the coolest things ever.
That's pretty
I
wild.
want a pog made out of that.
That's pretty wild, right?
Yeah,
We got to find something for
Eli.
you.
a pog.
Bistro.
I hate you.
Damn. No, nothing. I know it's Brito. See, this is what happens when you throw the number out there. You know, you got to be sure of it.
I'm pretty sure someone's gonna call.
I feel like Like,
Yeah, for sure. Like,
is Eli gonna call?
no, not even.
Well, maybe
The Big
Eli
Bang
can hold
Theory
it
was
down.
already disproved, Lewis. Stop using that, you fucker.
Nah, we're
The
gonna
Big
have
Bang
someone.
Theory. Oh.
Can you
It's-
hold it down
It's gonna be either
while
Bert
I take a piss
or
now?
Lewis,
Oh shit.
someone.
Someone's got the
Someone.
phone on. Turn the phone off.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Oh, listen.
Watching this great show.
Can
called Stuck in the
you
Middle.
make this happen? Listen,
Oh, the number
if
thing.
someone does call,
Yeah.
just hit the accept button.
Yeah, I know. I gotta jump
Okay.
up and shit.
Yeah.
Go stroke your little pee-pee.
Thank you. It's very small.
I know.
It's very.
We've all been told.
That's small.
All right. I will for the time. You know what? No, I'll stay
Not just
comfortably seated here. I know
Well,
the
we gotta
comments are
hurry up.
popping. Yeah, I know. Go get your shit done. Okay, so let's see. I asked God if I could, and he didn't answer. So I guess he. Veritas, I want to say I do find you to be a very intelligent individual.
Scott is not calling, so
you-
everyone knows.
Ver-
Scott is not calling.
Veritas, I do. I'm gonna say it right here. Like, you know, this is not me throwing the glove down. I find you to not ever be willing to have the tit for tat, the conversation, the dialogue. You like to get your very intelligent quips in on chat, but you really never
Shout
want
outs
to
to Kenneth.
engage your talk. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. I know it appears that I have a stroke about it. I do have my conviction, my opinion, nothing but the opinion that someone like Pat Robertson is one of the bad seeds that has made tithing a thing people with nothing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about because I was reading this.
Oh, this
while I
is
was
the old part.
Pat Robertson,
bad. Yeah, I
one of the
just
old
realized what you're talking
evangelicals
about.
who
Yeah,
made
yeah.
poor people or even rich people, donate lots of money.
Yeah.
Just I have an issue with people that used faith to help, keep the poor. But anyway, if I keep going on this hill, though, I'm gonna get knocked off of it real quick by the majority of our chat. And my intention is not to completely rattle the cage on this notion. You just know where I stand, and I know it's not a popular stance with our demographic. And
So
all
can
I
I
can
ask-
offer is myself.
Can I offer you a different perspective?
We've had a couple conversations, and I'm willing.
Let's say this guy who just preached this thing right now helps donate a lot of money to charitable foundations, helps run a lot of different things that don't really represent what he's saying now, but his actions speak louder. Would you think differently
do-
of him because of that?
You
Or-
need a better example than Pat Robertson.
Well-
This tax evading fucking scumbag. You know,
But-
look into his
I know.
history.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to give you a different perspective.
Did anybody call yet?
No, I don't think anybody will.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I thought we had a couple of
You know
promising
what?
things, promising people like Bert.
I did
Hello,
wash my
Bert.
hands and my face.
Bistro. This is the last time I take your advice.
It's all good.
You
I'm-
Yeah,
told
and-
me, hey, guess what? People are gonna call in. I was about to press the outro music button, and you told me no.
I was surprised. that,
You did such a great job this whole show, smooth the whole way through. This little hiccup right here,
Mhm.
I don't want you back on after this.
That's
all
cool.
good.
No, I'm joking.
All right, Bert Gummer, to his point, and then I'm done, is arguing against certain aspects of religion is healthy, but going after people just because they have faith is cringe. No, I don't intend to go after people just because they have faith, but people that go out of the way to push it down people's throats does grind my gears a little bit. And certain aspects of religion, those aspects are huge to me in terms of what
I get
aspects
what
we're
you're
talking
saying,
about.
Eli. I understand. What
I
you're
think that
saying.
was a great question by Bert though, because
Yeah.
it does feel like that, does it not?
Well,
As someone who is yourself religious, does it not kind of feel like he kind of like has like that laser eye in for people who are religious, just because it's only because how you approach their beliefs.
With
like
the fervor.
many have before have said, when you do approach their beliefs, it comes from a place of almost like condescension.
yeah,
Condescension.
but you have to keep in
Can't say
mind.
that. Condensation.
Yeah, condensation, exactly. But it's like everything in life, like sometimes you'll say something like, I hate red, why do you hate red? So many people like red, but I'm a generally good person. I just hate red. I'm not trying to defend him per se, but I'm trying to say that, there are people that follow religion based on their merits instead of what they say.
My uncle.
If that makes any sense. I get what you're saying.
I also have some
Yeah,
confusion with
but
how wealthy like this
You're not-
individual gets,
You're not wrong.
and then the
Yeah.
communities like somebody
But you're conflating
very
groups of people.
intelligently pointed out what's so bad about tax evasion. You know, there's a point to be had there. But this man made a level of wealth, and when all he does is preach about, you know, bettering mankind, just getting fucking rich and not doing much. I mean, but that's me judging.
But there's levels to it. You acknowledge that this person isn't like everyone else who goes to church
No, this is not your average
and
faith.
donates
This
their
is not your
hard-earned
average
money.
faithful. Correct.
All right, so
Right.
I'm about to say something that'll get you mad,
Be
Do it.
prepared for whatever the comeback is. I'll be cool.
and that's fine. But your same perspective you have on this guy, I can relate to. I have the same perspective
About Bernie Sanders.
About Bernie Sanders.
We've had this conversation a million times.
and that's okay because you and I have both come to terms where we don't agree to
We
it.
don't. Yes.
But if that's the case,
But do you see like something? Has this man done great things with his life? Do you think? I mean, if you
but that's the thing. I asked you the same thing about Bernie because I don't feel like he has. But that's my opinion.
I've done the
I
homework
get
on that
Alex's
one.
point. I get Eli. I
think
think
that's
will
important.
take it too seriously, too literally. But I get your point. As in,
But I've done my
you're-
homework on
you're-
that one.
you're giving your faith in somebody. Well, yes, you do, but you also give passes to a few things. I'd rather not get into those things because I feel like they're not important because I give passes to things that I believe in, as well as
it's gonna be the
Alex gives
millionaires
passes
thing
to
still.
things that it doesn't matter. My point is we all give the pass to things we believe in. We all give the nah when somebody brings up something that, to argue with what we believe in.
Yeah.
There are things we each have in our belief where we're like,
But
you're not going to shake us because we give it that pass kind of thing.
here's the one thing.
I'm on your side,
I know.
man.
I know.
right, you're
Here's
right.
the one thing I would propose, though, to say you're a hardcore religious person or evangelical, and to say me and Bernie Sanders. If I ask the evangelical to go and question the validity or the truth of their faith,
Mhm.
I don't think they're going to do anything about it. If you showed me unequivocal proof that Bernie Sanders did something against his own policy, I'm going to have a big fucking issue with that. Just like I dropped Alexandria Cortez and
I
Nina
100% agree.
Turner
I
and all
100%
that.
agree. I do think, but
He profiteered off of best-selling books. Oh my God.
in that
He's
same
not a
breath,
billionaire. He's a $3 million net worth man that takes
Eli,
care of his family.
in that same breath, though, that's where you draw the line. Some people see their politician
Can't touch
that
this.
far.
Yeah.
but it
So
depends on.
this is you. You luckily for you, you will be able to be like, no, I don't have blind faith in this. I will be able to, if push came to shove and I had to, yeah, okay, that's wrong. As you pointed out, I do feel how you feel. As far as that talk and trying to play devil's advocate, yeah, with people on, the religious side, it's hard to do that.
It's hard to do that
Because,
when
the fucking name of the thing is called devil.
All right, so in
when you think your immortal soul is at stake, it's hard to
It's
reason
not-
in
with that.
comparison to what you were talking about, let's put it this way.
See how he glosses over it?
No. I mean, you're
I'm
right.
joking.
No, 100%. But let's say you're not measuring, what the person's done, but maybe measuring how many times that person's let you down. Because when you look at, let's say this guy, I think he's a nut job, but maybe he hasn't let his people down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not to say.
Okay.
That's not to say anything about you, Eli, because I actually like Bernie because he's a populist.
But letting his people down is subjective to how much they believe in said person.
I agree, but when you compare two different things, it
you know
is
who
very
didn't let
different.
their people down? Jim Jones.
Yeah,
he didn't let his people down.
He sure didn't. But
You know what I mean? So
at
like
the
that's
end-
what I mean. It's subjective.
you're absolutely right. But who's causing the most damage here?
Fucking Jim Jones punch, probably.
Well, no
that
shit.
fucking sick ass Kool-Aid, probably.
But that's what I'm saying. Who's causing more damage? The guy who strongly believes in God and wants you to follow his things in God's.
But here's a guy who
he's
thought
a
he was
slimy
God. He thought he
motherfucker.
was the incarnation of
He's
God.
influenced like politicians
Oh
and
no,
shit.
for sure. Even
And-
though he's a slimy motherfucker.
And how does somebody
He
who
can
puts
do
their
certain
faith in
things,
God, who Here's my problem: is the
Yeah,
people
go
who
on.
then put their faith in Jim Jones, kind of thing, who Jim Jones kind of worked. And listen, it's not their fault.
Absolutely.
This guy was an evil person. I can even say evil without being religious.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
how it's so. I guess life isn't fair, right?
Yeah, it's not.
You
and-
try to put your faith in something, and sometimes you're gonna get the shit end of the stick. You put
Absolutely.
your faith in Jim Jones, you motherfucker. You just drank his Kool-Aid.
and
And
that's,
sometimes you put your faith in something that's gonna get you to the end with all the glory in the world.
that's the beauty and the ugliness about religion.
That's the beauty and ugliness about life, sir.
Well, yeah, but religion plays a big part.
No.
You know,
And
Faith-
stuck in the
faith.
middle.
Yeah,
no.
we'll continue that.
Faith plays a big part, and faith isn't a religious thing. Faith plays a big part, and here's a commonality between life and religion: is faith. Having faith in something that something will work out. You don't need to be religious to have faith.
Okay,
Faith is a belief in something.
correct.
Doesn't need to have a religious
I
connotation.
avoid the word faith in my day to day, and I call
Why
it.
not?
I call it.
You
hope.
have faith in your job.
I have hope in my job.
No bullshit.
I don't.
The
call it
reason
faith.
why you
You
took
have
this,
faith.
no
I call it hope.
bullshit.
You have faith to get
You
that
call
check.
it hope, but you're lying to
It's my
yourself
hope
because
that
you have
I
faith.
know I'm gonna get the check. 'cause
No
I'm gonna work
bullshit.
the check.
'Cause
You
faith
have
in it.
faith. Exactly.
'Cause I have
You have
hope
faith.
that I'm gonna get the check.
No.
What's
You
the difference between faith and hope?
you put hope is like this last thing that
Yeah.
like faith is almost more of a knowledge.
Like,
hope
you
is
know
more
that check is
almost.
gonna
Oh,
get
that's.
Of course,
I gotta
there's a
watch my
difference.
words. That's
There's a
that.
difference.
I can't speak freely. Yeah.
You have faith that you know when you work your job.
It's a certainty.
Listen. Yeah, exactly.
It's a
You're
certainty,
You
okay.
you don't hope when you
Okay,
work your
okay.
job.
All right. Point taken.
That's what I
Point-
mean by faith.
Point
He
taken.
got- he
You're
got it,
right.
he got
You're
it.
right. You're right. You're right. You got me dead rights. All right. Stuck in the middle.
Hey.
Bitches. I guess we should probably get the fuck out of here then, huh?
Yo, you
And
guys.
with respect, yes, God is not a religion. I believe that statement to be true
I told you what my God was,
for
right?
everybody except
All right,
me.
Modest Yahoo.
What's my God?
I don't know.
Did I tell you?
Does he rip a hole in the ceiling?
I know it's getting to one sub.
No, it's good, orderly direction. God.
yeah.
God,
You
good,
said-
orderly
You've
direction.
only used it twice.
I like that.
All right,
That
it'll
was
catch
sexy.
on.
Anybody needs to have something above themselves. They themselves can't be God.
They,
because
them? What?
because when
Did you
you
just say
are
they, them?
God,
Shh, God is inside of you.
no, he is not.
That's how.
When you are God,
that's
bad
how,
things
That's
happen.
how Mary Jane had Spider-Man for breakfast. I don't know.
What? Which version
What
of
just
Spider-Man are you
happened?
talking about?
Good night. We love you. Keep the
Yeah.
traction
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Despite the dividers, we can let the unifiers bring us together and let the dividers help us find our common ground. Agree to disagree.
Yo, let's keep it going. Let's keep rapping to this. Let's keep talking about this.
Brito, thank you so much, man, for coming on. This was
Yeah,
fun. This
thanks
was
for
good
having me.
times.
Appreciate it.
All the best. And I guess we will continue this conversation tomorrow, where you can catch us at youtube.com/stuck in the middle. Join us on our journey to 1 sub. We're trying to get rid of everyone because everyone hates us. So why not have that mindset and be that mindset, live that mindset. But until we get rid of all of you, we love all of you. So thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.